This is my perfect patchwork placemat. And I call it perfect because the seams lined up pretty good. The mitered corners look absolutely amazing. So I will call it my perfect patchwork placemat. I'm very proud of this placemat. It is a measurement of 16 inches going down and 20 inches, about 20 inches going across. Each square I cut 3 inches for a finished size of a 2-inch square, and then I took those half square triangles and assembled them into pinwheels. And here you go, my perfect patchwork placemat with a diagonal quilting lines. So I made my first line using painter's tape, and then I decided which edge of my walking foot I was going to use for my guide once I created the first line. So see my little perfect mitered corners. I will encourage you to learn how to do mitered corners. It's very easy once you master the technique. Take the time to learn and master the technique, and see how good my seams are lining up. I use red, white, and blue thread for my quilting to sew all 3 layers together. So this is it, my perfect patchwork placemat. And see, you do the binding. I machine sewed the binding to the front and hand sewed it to the back. And here's the back. And see the corners on the back. See, you fold it, and then I did a whip stitch to hand sew it. And it looks better this way. And I also do it because this is my patchwork pot holder I made, where I sewed it to the back and folded it onto the front, but this is not the proper way to do it. And see, now it looks like this on the back, but when you machine sew it, you end up with this line here on the back, and that's what you don't want. So to alleviate that, you see, you don't see that line on here because I did hand stitching. So I sewed it onto the hand, sewed onto the back. But when you see my whip stitch and then you turn it around, you don't see that line like you see here. See, the fold looks the same, but this line here is not on here. And that's why you sew it onto the front. Nope. Sew it onto the front, fold it to the back. So if I had, so this is the back. So then this line here would show, and you don't see it. So this line is showing on the back here. So that means I sewed this strip different from this binding strip, different from this one. So technically this line here should be where it shows on the back here, the front and the back, but on here I machine sewed it to the front and hand stitched it on the back. So here, this line is on the back. So technically, this line here should show on the front. And let's see. But not really, because I didn't machine stitch it. So you see that line don't show on the front. So you see the fold. And you see the fold. But you see this line here because I machine stitched the binding strip to both sides. But you don't see that line here, this straight line here, because I hand stitched it, the strip on the back. So that, and then I didn't bring that needle all the way to the top. I just barely picked up a little fabric and bed and then did my little whip. So there you go. So this is the back. So now I have my perfect, now you see I have my perfect patchwork placemat and then my not so perfect patchwork coaster. But check out how my prints match. See, I know what I'm doing. And then there's the front again. And then let me show off my mitered corners again for the people who want to just love mitered corners. It's like magic, but if you do it right, it will come out right. So there's my perfect patchwork placemat using pinwheel blocks. Thanks for watching my video. Please like, share, subscribe. Check you later. Comment, share, subscribe. Check you later.